Hello there, you're probably wondering who I am. You see, I am Ceratus, but not the one that's currently time traveling. I am the Ceratus that's after time traveling. Like, basically, I'm the one from after the story arc. It's a bit complicated. Long story short, I'm just gonna do the commentaries he'd normally do, but is off time traveling. So yeah, today's commentary is on a guy named Kable, who's basically a new commentator who's tried to do a commentary on Dual Tones, his commentary on Rank 10 Yu-Gi-Oh! Safe to say it did not end so well, cause, well, I'm here.
Hello everyone, and welcome to today's video where today I'm going to be doing a commentary on Dual Tones, another commentator. Second commentary ever, no script.
Yep, because having no script always works. Right? Now, don't get me wrong, you can make an unscripted commentary work. You just have to have your thoughts collected, understand what kind of point you're trying to make, you know, basic shit. But then you have bad examples like my first 4 commentaries, and this.
To be an archetype, we got Destiny hero Moon Man, also known as Departed. He's a level 2 Dark Warrior with 1000 attack and 0 defense.
Preparation! Do you speak it?
Your standby phase, if this card is in your graveyard, special summon it in face-up attack position to your opponent's side of the field. If it's destroyed by battle, banish it instead of sending it to the graveyard, and if a card effect would send this card to the graveyard from the hand or deck, banish it instead. Ah yes, because giving free shit to your opponent with no drawbacks whatsoever for them is precisely what this game needed more of.
Believe it or not, Departed, while not the most competitive nowadays, was part of one of the earlier stages to Destiny Heroes. Aside from the later mentioned ability...
A point that Rank 10 is going to make after Dual Tones makes her point right now, so you can completely blur that out, Departed being an early part of Destiny Heroes, because Rank 10 is going to mention that after this point, so you can do what you will on that point.
What, you mean this?
But given the fact that we're talking about Destiny heroes here, whose playstyle as an actual archetype was basically non-existent until recent support and their attack values used to range around the miserable 1000, there really wasn't much you could use Departed for.
He was just saying that Destiny heroes had no strategy until Dystopia came along, and that their attack points used to range around the miserable 1000s. He does not bring up how Departed was part of early Destiny heroes. Oops.
ability to attack over him, which on its own is nice, but within his own archetype you had a burn strategy with Destiny in Dragon, a practically free tribute using over Destiny, or you can use it with Plasma to have Plasma gain 500 attack. It was quite the Swiss Army knife at the time it came out. Maybe it wasn't the most competitive in the metagame even at the time, but the idea behind this list isn't what's competitive, it's what would be useful within a deck that's solely that archetype, or at least a...
Preparation! Do you speak it?
That's what I was able to gather from your opening statements. And in the case of Destiny Heroes, Departed could have actually had some use, especially at the time of its release.
Pretty much the only use of this thing is if the opponent has a monster you absolutely...
Preparation! Do you speak it?
Cannot run over, so you resort to attacking into this in order to deal any damage, but given the fact that we're talking about Destiny heroes here, whose playstyle as an actual archetype was basically non-existent until recent support and their attack values used to range around the miserable 1000, there really wasn't much you could use Departed for.
While yes, Destiny Heroes didn't have much of an archetypal strategy to play off of, wouldn't that have been more of a reason to let Departed off of the pass, given that it actually allows a strategy within the deck on its own? You know, in comparison to, say, Destiny Hero Defender, who, while is a great card on its own, doesn't at all open a strategy really for the Destiny Hero archetype. It just kind of sits there as a 2700 defense position wall. I don't know, something tells me that would have been a better pick for the Destiny Hero archetype.
Yes, but Defender is a lot better than Departed, because Defender, you can actually use it for something. A wall, and it's level 4, so you can go to a rank 4. And I'm pretty sure everyone can agree with me and say that rank 4s are the best rank in the game. Because it's just a giant toolbox of stuff.
While yes, rank 4s are great, here's the thing. You can do that with Defender in any deck. The video is looking at stuff that only Destiny heroes can do and other archetypes. Not stuff that any deck can do.
funniest thing, though, is that the only way of actually activating this card's effect of giving it to your opponent is either discarding it, naturally, as a cost, or having it be destroyed by a card effect on the field, since all other options just banish it instead. No, man, we screwed up. Giving free shit to your opponent is so fucking OP. We gotta circumvent this travesty. Oh, we should make it the worst discard fodder ever. Oh yeah, that sounds good. Ship it.
Destiny.
Lol.
Your interjections have no point. Seriously, throughout the entire video, you're just pausing to say something either pointless or not related to the video. Preparation! Do you speak it, you motherfucker!
There really isn't anything else you could do with it. Here, you have a monster that can be banished in many ways, but except for a couple, and you can be able to give it to your opponent. So I'm just going to make my point on Departed right now and say this. Either you can be able to do some sort of combo against it, or you're just going to give your opponent a free level 2. And your opponent is more likely going to be running synchros, probably, and either that or it's a mirror match.
So, you're saying either you're going to be in a mirror match with Destiny Heroes or Synchros. Now, as much as I love Synchro monsters and use my Synchro boner every now and then, I'll tell you you're straight up bullshitting. Let's look at some of the current top tier decks. ABC, Paleozoic, Heroes, DDDs. Yeah, not many of them use Synchros very often. If anything, it's very rare to see a Synchro nowadays, unless you're playing like fucking Synchrons, Crystons, or Stardust Dragon, or Red Dragon Archfiend. Or Blackwings. Other than those, you're not going to be seeing any Synchros in these decks, except for maybe DDDs, but that's it.
Next up on the list is Black.
Hey, rank 10 guy.
I'm actually going to skip to number 540.
Preparation! Do you speak it?
Because that's 542. Because that's where that next point's going to be
In the deck.
Aside from the fact that this shoots your whole segment of Departed in the foot,
How the fuck does that shoot Departed's segment in the foot?
Well, if you watch the segment, you'd know why.
Next up on the list is Black.
Hey, rank 10 guy.
What?
Yeah, I think I got a card for your list.
Hey, who are you? How are you doing that? This is my video.
Check it out. Malakota, Netherlord of the Burning Abyss.
How is Malakoda bad archetype support?
Well, you know, it's a ritual monster. And it's in Burning Abyss. They don't use ritual monsters.
Just because it's unusual support doesn't make it bad. It was clearly designed with Burning Abyss in mind, and it does benefit the archetype. People just don't play it because there are better options in the deck.
Oh, okay, I got you. I'm sorry, go ahead, continue.
Duoturns was bringing up that unusual support is not bad support, which bites him in the ass when it comes to his Blackwing segment. And potentially Departed, if you look at it the right way. Which you have not been doing.
Legitimately, how does that happen? Again, the only thing that Departed actually has going for it in the Destiny Hero archive is that it has Destiny Hero in its name. That's about it. You may say that it's unusual support, but how is it supposed to be for support for anything? If there's an archetype out there that helps, that gives your opponent stuff, and that you could be able to do something with it, yeah, I can understand that, but other than that, no. It's wrong.
Well, how about Destiny Hero Dasher, which can basically tribute 2 monsters, to one for its summoning, one for its effect, to make it a 31k beat stick. Yeah, it's strong, but it has nothing to do with the Destiny Hero archetypes, so why not bring that up? Or Destiny Hero Dunker, who can send a Destiny Hero to the graveyard from your hand to deal 500 damage. Deck damage, but it has nothing to do with Destiny Heroes. Or perhaps the deck's most infamous card, Destiny Hero Diamond Dude, who lets you send the top card of your deck to the grave, and if it's a spell card, which is normal, you can use it the next turn during your next main phase. While yes, it's a good card, it has nothing to do with Destiny Heroes. See where this is going? That's right, absolutely nowhere.
And goodbye.
Fuck you.
And also try again.
you are really loading that gun for more rolls in your deep branch later down the line. Please, everyone, keep this wonderful little phrase in mind for later. Unusual support doesn't mean bad support. On top of that, who's this Shroomish character and what is he doing here? He just kind of comes out of nowhere, says a few things, and then disappears, not mentioning it until the next cameo. which happens a total of 3 times.
Did you just try to overanalyze a joke right there? If that was, you need to not take everything so seriously, because that was just a joke.
Okay, first off, humor is subjective. Second off, the joke just came out of nowhere, and his cameo just feels kinda wasted, since he's basically just the equivalent of the comment section, basically saying, why isn't this card here? It wasn't really that funny, in my opinion, and in her opinion as well.
As I was saying, let's spin the shitty Blackwing support wheel and see what avian platter is on the menu today. Oh my, it seems we shall be having delicious chicken breast in the form of Brisote the Tailwing. It's a level 5 dark winged beast with 1200 attack and 1800 defense. Shape Snatch would be so proud.
Ew.
And its effect...
Okay everyone, here's a lesson I think we can all agree on. When you're recording footage, you don't speak while you're recording the footage. And if you do, you get this and my Arizo commentary.
Ew.
And its effect is, if 2 or more Blackwing monsters you control are destroyed in the same turn, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard as a synchro material monster, you gain 600 life points.
Huh, seems to me like they had Blackwings in mind. Keep their synchro capabilities into consideration. Wouldn't that be kind of classified as unusual support that nobody uses because there's better cards? You know, kind of like what you defended Malakoda with? I mean, maybe Brisote isn't good overall, but there are ways to play it that can benefit the archetype. You can save your 1 normal summon until after you attack. Then if you get blown up by a mirror force, you can use that special summon, then normal summon a tuner for the extra deck. Or, better yet, Gale the Whirlwind. If on the off chance you've gotten Torrential the Fool.
Preparation. Do you speak it?
Of course, that's a free level 8 and 600 life points. And honestly, I can't cover much more than that. Smile.
The rest of this video is just her going to final thoughts saying how rank 10 should logo.
Okay, you could have made an actual point about dual tones bringing up Mirror Force, cause rank 10 Yu-Gi-Oh! Also brings up Mirror Force.
Obviously, as if arriving in the last desperate moment to avenge her fallen comrades, Brisote gets wiped away just as easily due to her absolutely miserable stats, is what someone would presume to be how the card works. Your shitty Blackwing monsters get destroyed by your opponent's Spheres, Moon, Mirror Shield, Hayabusa, Night Beatdown, so you special summon this from your hand during that turn to quickly prevent a direct attack. But if we take a short trip to the rulings page, we can notice a curious detail. You can only special summon this card with its effect during your main phases. So essentially what this card is the most underwhelming comeback from a Mirror Force you could ever make. To top it all off, its level is very awkward for Blackwing synchro plays, but naturally it's all worth it because 600 life points, obviously to restore the ones you spent on the effect of your wing condition, Blackwing fucking Dragon.
Seriously, this point was gift wrapped to you. How did you fuck this up?
Hello? Okay. Bye. Sorry about that.
Preparation, motherfucker! Do you speak it? I mean, by now all that's really left are his final thoughts, so I'm just gonna get straight to mine. Okay, the biggest problem with this video is the lack of preparation. I mean, seriously. This is coming from the guy who barely does any preparation for these, and has once done this. When this is the guy who says your scripting needs work, I think something has gone wrong. I also noticed that you decided to go the route of just talking over the footage of the video instead of going with an avatar. If you used an avatar, it probably would have been much more beneficial, as at least we have something visual to look at instead of just your voice. Put simply, this felt like a reaction video in the style of a commentary, and we all know how well those go.
This is a good video. It's a reaction video structured like a commentary.